Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to Houston, Texas for tonight's SFL contest between the Vancouver Legion and the Houston Hyenas. Filling in for Stephen Hacker, I and your commissioner, who may be tired, who may be exhausted, but he is not down and he will not quit. Alongside Jeremy Vega and Charles Doherty on stats, we are here and ready to rock in Houston. How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing fantastic, Cam. Excited to be here. Excited to call this great matchup we have here in Week 4. And it's going to be a great game.
The Hyenas trying to eliminate a winless start to the season. Vancouver, just one slip up in Queen City. Got a big one over Chicago last week. They're trying to get to 3-1.
Well, Cam, for this game, my keys to this game are actually going to be this Houston offense led by Kentez Johnson. This offense has produced 0 touchdowns through 3 games, and it most certainly has been a major reason why they've started 0-3. They're going to need to ignite this powerful offense tonight if they want to get their first win. For Vancouver, I'm looking at their defense, which is only allowing a league best 15 points per game with 10 takeaways. They're coming off a huge win last week where they stifled Chicago's offense, holding them to just 3 points. They will need to have the same success here in Houston. They want to capture that 3rd win this season.
And with that, thank you, Jeremy. Are ready for kickoff. The ball's on the tee for Vancouver as they elected to defer to start the ball game. The hands in the air, and ladies and gentlemen, kick it on a beautiful Monday night on the SFL Network on YouTube. And on the return is fed on the 28-yard line. And I tell you what, Jeremy, I think Houston is fed up with not being in the end zone. They're trying to get their first touchdown tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Being shut out on offense 3 straight weeks is frustrating for anyone, any player, any coach. And I think they're going to right that wrong tonight and get in the end zone for the first time this season.
So 1st and 10 from the 28. They'll start out of the I formation. That's Kentez Johnson out there in red, and Warren Murray breaks a tackle. Warren Murray slipping through, and Murray's got a first down out of the 46-yard line, a pickup of 18 yards, and that's the start that Houston wanted to see.
Oh, absolutely, and they're really going to need to get Warren Murray going tonight. He's only got 236 yards through 3 games, but that's a great start for this halfback who's been known to just light up the scoreboard.
Eddie Gage in the chat room calling this a must-win. Houston wants this one badly. Vancouver in the all-white with the gold and blue trimmings and the blue helmet. Houston in the black helmet, white pants, and the red tops. Handoff Murray. Murray gets rid of one of the Legion defenders and then bulls his way to the Vancouver 47-yard line. Strong start for Murray, who picks up 7.
Yeah, and the thing about Murray is we've seen him put people in the spin cycle, sometimes twice on the same play, and this time he's using his power to get that 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 47. 2 in the backfield now with Johnson. Handoff Murray. Murray got a nice block on the outside. Oh, Murray! There he goes! That's the block of the game, and that's a Houston touchdown!
3 straight runs to Warren Murray, and this is exactly how Houston wants to start the game, getting their first touchdown of the season and making sure Warren Murray is letting this Legion defense know he's coming to play tonight.
Look at this block. He got a couple. One right there, and then right there at the finish of that play from his fullback. A tremendous play as the Hyenas get on the board. It is their first offensive touchdown of the season. It only took them 1 minute and 1 second tonight, and the Hyenas are ready to party.
Yeah, no better way to get that elephant out of the room or that monkey off your back than to score in the first minute of the game. Now they can relax a little bit and try to settle down and get this defense going here on this next possession.
Extra point is up and good for Houston. We'll take a 7-0 advantage, and Tom Pepper will start coming from behind. Ever Scroll by Movement blocks blue light to protect your eyes from digital screens. Don't hurt your eyes by checking out SFL action. Protect them and see every moment by using the promo code SimulationFL at purchase from movement.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL through our partnership. Movement Premium Watches sunglasses, and accessories as Houston kicks it away, up 7-0 from the 12. On the return, up to the 30 goes Chris Braun, and Tom Pepper will start the offense from there. And while I have a moment, chat shout-outs for BJ Lovelace, Warren Murray, Damon Simeon, Eddie Gage, Kate, Jeff DK, Ty Baller, and boy, Houston well represented in the chat tonight.
Yeah, and that's the way Houston rolls. They love to fill this chat room and root on their team.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. Let us know how our levels are. Let us know how we're sounding, guys, as Pepper flips it outside to Ivan Sanchez, and Sanchez will pick up a couple. Tackle made, combo tackle made out there, led by Everett Garrison, the corner number 44. Rodney Panani out there as well at outside linebacker.
And Everett's coming in with 21 total tackles for this team, including 4 interceptions. So he's really been a key factor for this secondary as Houston's been playing some good defense, even though they're 0-3.
Mark Lopez saying that Vancouver's here too, boys. So appreciate him keeping me on my toes. 2nd and 8, handoff Sanchez, running left, has a man to beat, will not beat him. Everett Garrison, back-to-back tackles, picks up a couple for Vancouver, but Garrison forcing a 3rd and 6 all on his own.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Ivan is that game 1 he had 33 carries, game 2 he had 21, and game 3 he's got 13. So it'll be interesting to see how Vancouver uses him here in game 4.
3 receivers, 2 to the left side. Vancouver definitely doesn't want to go 3 and out after giving up a touchdown. They're going to run it on 3rd and 6, and it's gobbled up by BJ Lovelace in his 2nd season with the Hyenas. And boy, Houston all over Vancouver here early.
Yeah, and a great defensive stop, force a 3 and out for Houston, and their offense is going to get the ball back, hoping to maybe get their 2nd touchdown of the season.
I really loved what Houston did there on that opening possession, Jeremy. With running with Murray, I mean, Johnson's just kind of been in a little bit of a sophomore slump, and what better way to get him out of it than giving the ball to Big 2-1 and letting him do his thing. That turns up to the 29.
Yeah, and I think that's a good approach to this game for Houston, is to not put it all on Kentez Johnson, who, as you said, is having a sophomore slump. And I mean, Warren Murray is the type of running back you can give the ball to 20 to 30 times and let him do his thing and not be so reliable on the quarterback.
2 other games tonight, Queen City and Carolina in action from snowy Buffalo. You also have Tulsa and St. Louis as well, and they're 20 degrees with a wind chill of 0 as that pass is caught near a 1st down. And Jeremy, we're in a cool, comfortable dome tonight. It's a beautiful 72 degrees.
Well, it does feel good coming from Colorado where it's snowing and cold. It's nice to be in Texas and being able to wear short sleeves.
7-0, 8:23 to go in the 1st quarter, and that's the first completion of the game for Kentez Johnson. He's got Sim to the bottom of the screen, Leroy Brown to the top as Vancouver employs his 2 wide receiver star set. Yassine Clifton is the tight end, number 87. Handoff Murray. Murray going to get away from Champion. Murray explodes out of the gate. 30, 20, 10, not 1, but 2 for Houston. Unbelievable.
And a terrific run, and another great block here on this power run where the guard is pulling and making a terrific block for Warren Murray so he can use his speed to burn this Vancouver defense for his 2nd touchdown in, what, 4 minutes?
Man, I mean, as soon as he got away from Champion, there was nobody. There was nobody there.
Yeah, and if you're Houston, this is exactly how you want to start the game. And I know Warren Murray's fired up. I know owner Damon Simeon's fired up, and this is a 14-0 lead, and Vancouver's going to have to come out and play some better ball than they are right now if they want to get back in this.
Wow. So an extra point coming, and who would have thought, Jeremy, that in the first 3 minutes, featuring a team that hadn't scored or hadn't put the ball in the end zone in 3 weeks, we would be talking about them having 2 touchdowns in the first 3 minutes. It's just unreal.
It is unreal. I mean, I don't even know if Houston thought they were going to come out this hot, but good for them, good for Warren Murray, and we'll see how Vancouver bounces back.
Chat shout-outs to Bulldog Lover, Jeff DK, CAG NFL, Frank Champion, Jordy Smith, as the chat room fills for another night of SFL action. Week number 4 this season is flying by as Chris Braun flies past a few Hyenas before he's wrapped up at the 29. And Tom Pepper and the Legion going to have to get a little bit more aggressive. They've been really good down the field in their victories.
Oh, yeah, I mean, last week Tom Pepper completed 80% for 300-plus yards, 4 touchdowns, no pick, quite possibly his best performance his entire career. So maybe running 3 straight times isn't the key, and they should let Tom Pepper start using his arm.
Pepper with 3 wide, 2 to the right. Houston in a 3-3 look, 2 in the backfield, and a handoff goes to Sanchez up the middle. Sanchez gets a block. Avon Sanchez is free down to the Houston 49-yard line. It's the night of the running backs here in Houston.
Apparently so, because Ivan Sanchez just had a great run himself. And ignore what I'm saying about letting Tom Pepper throw, because apparently Ivan wants that ball. Coming off of 13 carries last week, it looks like he's ready to roll tonight. Maybe they maybe they conserved his energy last week, and now he's ready to go.
Yeah, what would you know? It's not like you're undefeated or anything. 1st and 10 from the Houston 49-yard line, 7.5 to go in the first. 3 receivers, 3 down linemen for Houston. As Vancouver's crossed the 50 for the first time tonight. Pepper going long for the first time tonight. It is, oh my goodness! Oh, I can't believe it! Unbelievable, Garrison just picked that off.
Everett Garrison with an amazing diving interception, which is going to bring him up to 5 picks on this season already. And that's why he's been a key factor in this secondary. And Houston, oh, you can't have a better start than this.
I tell you what, Jeremy, there are not many plays that make me bounce in my seat up and down, but that, I mean, I can't believe that he caught that and got, I mean, just laid out as Murray picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, well, the 15th pick in the SFL draft is showing why teams maybe should have taken him earlier, because he is balling out right now.
Scrunt Gun says, how is this entertaining? Did you not just see the last interception? That's what I want to know. 2nd and 4 at the 29, 6:48 to go in the first. Out of the eye, handoff Murray. Warren Murray got a first down. Murray up to the 38-yard line. Vancouver's going to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, if they can't shut down Warren Murray now, it's going to be a long night for their defense. And Murray just running hard every time he gets this ball. And Houston's coming out here looking like they really want to pick up that first one of the season.
So the Hyenas all over Vancouver early, and this obviously a pretty big deal considering that Houston is 0-3 and Vancouver's 2-1. Murray has 6 carries for 144 yards right now, and Murray gets 2 more up to the 41. 150 now officially.
Yeah, and Murray just 86 yards shy of what he's earned through the first 3 weeks, and it's been a terrific first quarter for him. I mean, terrific half of first quarter for him, honestly.
So 2nd down and 8 at the Hyena 41. 3 backs in the backfield. 5:53 to go in the first. Houston going heavy on Vancouver here. They got 8 in the box. Handoff to Murray, and this time Champion makes the wrap up, and it's not like Champion wasn't there to make the stop on that 2nd touchdown run. He just whiffed.
Yeah, whiffed, ran away from Murray. Who knows? Either way, great touchdown run by Murray, and Vancouver's forcing into 3rd and 9. This is our opportunity to get him off the field.
Yeah, the first 3rd down attempt for Houston here in the first quarter. 3rd and 9 from the 40. Off the interception. That pass is incomplete and swatted away. DR Sim was the intended receiver, and that was actually knocked away by Carrion Wallace, and Vancouver gets a huge stop after a turnover. That always means good things for momentum.
Yeah, and that one almost taken back by Wallace there on an interception. Luckily for Kentez and his first incompletion, it falls to the ground, and they'll now punt the ball.
Welcome into SFL headquarters here in Houston, Texas. 14-0. The Hyenas leading Vancouver with 5:19 to go. Cam is back, whether you like it or not, whether it's entertaining or not, from the 25. Braun up to the 28. And Jeremy, when was the last time you were on Cam?
maybe you caught a glimpse of me sitting in the back at the SFL convention last summer. I'm
That's
not sure.
it?
That might be the only time. I'm not a camera guy.
Yeah, I didn't figure you to be a camera guy. Family guy maybe, but not a camera guy. 1st and 10 at the 28, 5:12 to go in the first. 3 receivers, 2 backs, as Pepper will throw, and that's a way to shake off some rust. Brett Killian down the sideline of the 48, and a pickup of about 20 on the play unofficially, as Brett Killian gets loose.
Yeah, and Houston's going to have to be careful leaving Brett Killian this open. He is the #1 wide receiver of Vancouver. He's proven it every year he's been here in Vancouver, and he's got the speed and the hands to do some damage, and this defense is going to have to really keep an eye on him tonight.
Called it with the 20 yards, just got lucky. Killian going to the bottom of the screen with Chris Braun and Mickey Martino. Martino is closest to Pepper, the former Shark receiver. Mickey Martino out there for Vancouver. Off to a good start to his season as Sanchez picks up 3 on a run around the left side. Lovelace on the tackle.
And B.J. Lovelace, this Houston linebacker, has been a great linebacker for him. He's really good at tackling, and he was able to get there and make the early stop and just allow Vancouver to pick up 3 yards.
2 backs in the backfield with Pepper. 2nd and 7, going to throw. Pressure in his face. Wobbly pass and dropped by Chris Braun. Man, that may have put him into field goal range. And how about Mana Kanaka on the coverage, a signing from week 3. It forces a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Mana Kanaka, he's, like you said, week 3 just last week. He played well last week. He's looking to make an impact this week, and that's a good start for him as he's able to force Vancouver into a 3rd down.
4 minutes, 11 seconds, first quarter, 14-0, Houston on top of Vancouver. As the winless Hyenas not looking like it whatsoever tonight. 3rd down for Pepper, back to throw. Oh, he got crushed as he threw it. Lovelace tips it, and Gage intercepts it. Gage returning back to the 37 to the 38. Tom Pepper got absolutely nailed, and that's 2 turnovers for Vancouver.
Yeah, Pepper gets hit, throws an errant pass, and Eddie Gage just out of pure reaction catches it off the tip and returns it. And this Houston Hyenas defense is absolutely dominating them. And I don't know who's playing better, the Houston offense or the Houston defense, but now Vancouver's defense is back out there, and they're going to have to force another stop before this hole is too deep for them. And
you wonder how long the Legion can hold up defensively. They've been chasing Warren Murray all night. Murray in the backfield takes a handoff, running left, breaks a tackle. Warren Murray gets a second. Warren Murray to the Vancouver 47 to pick up a 1,564 yards on 9 carries. This man saying Darnell Black who, as Houston getting into Vancouver territory.
Yeah, and if he keeps rushing like this, he might break the SFL single game rushing record. I mean, 2 huge trucks by Murray, and he's showing his strength, and he's flexing a little bit as he's walking back to that huddle.
Man, 3:35 to go in the first. This a shocking start for Houston. Trips off the left side as Johnson will drop the throw. Fires it out to Clifton. Clifton breaking a tackle. Gets the first down to the Vancouver 36. The Legion are in position, but they are just not making the plays right now.
Yeah, great route run by Yassine Clifton, and no better way to get your young quarterback in a rhythm by just throwing little out routes and letting your big tight end pick up those yak yards for a first down.
3 receivers for Johnson. Johnson, I don't think, has an incompletion. He doesn't. For 9 yards before that last pass, as Murray picks up 2, now inching their way into field goal range.
Yeah, and not every run can be incredibly flashy by Murray. He's just going to get 2 yards on that one, and a great job by Vancouver's defense to swarm him, and they're going to need more of that to keep Murray in check for the rest of the game.
Johnson 2 for 3, actually. That incompletion on 3rd down that forced the punt on the last possession was his first of the night. 2nd down and 8, 2.5 to go in the first to the Vancouver 34. Johnson going to throw. Johnson check down Murray. Vancouver there again, and this time a really good tackle in the open field by Champion. And Levant Irvine had the tackle on the previous play. It's 3rd and 8 coming up.
And these Vancouver linebackers are going to have to play really well. I know that they've already dug themselves in a hole. They've already given up a lot of yards, but it's a good thing for them. There's still 3 quarters of play, and they're going to have to stay on their toes.
Ronnie Nickens in the chat. Man, one of my favorite people of all time. Welcome to the broadcast, Ronnie. Deep ball, Johnson, incomplete. Tremendous coverage down the field by Mark Lopez, looking for Fed. And Vancouver gets another stop off of an interception as we get another look at Mark's play.
Yeah, and that's huge for Vancouver, and a great play by Mark as they're able to get Houston off the field, and hopefully this Vancouver offense can put together a good drive and bring them within a score.
Dalil Sahid is in the chat room. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, asking if this is a real game. This is off the Xbox 360 All-Pro Football 2K8. However, all of this stuff is customized to the Simulation Football League, and if you want more information and to join the SFL, get a player on the field, you can click the Discord link in the description of this video, and we'll see you in the chat throughout the night. Appreciate you being here and showing your support. Houston gets the punt down at the 5-yard line. Everything clicking for the Hyenas, but Vancouver's defense has helped them keep this game somewhat close here early.
Yeah, welcome Dalil, and yeah, a great punt by Houston, pinning them deep, and Vancouver's going to have to go 95 yards and try to pick up a touchdown. It's not too early to say field goals don't matter, but I think Vancouver wants to get on the board here and shake off a little rust that they've had here in the first quarter.
3 receivers, 2 to the left for Pepper. 1:48 to go in the first. Vancouver is trying to dig themselves out of a deep hole they've dug, and that's I'm just stumbling over all my words. His tackle loses 1 for Sanchez.
And Chad Tackle, he's only got 1 sack on the season, but he also has 5 tackles for a loss, that being his 6th, and that's where he's coming into play on this run stopping. He's one of the best at sacking, and he's definitely improving in the run game.
Pepper in some trouble at the goal line, and that's caught by Killian. What a dangerous pass. Oh, and Mickey Martino was hurt. There he is standing at the 15-yard line. We just got a glimpse of it. I wonder if we're going to get a replay, maybe tweak something.
And that's not going to be good for this Vancouver Legion offense. I mean, they're going to need all their weapons out here, and if Mickey Martino can't come back, then Chris Braun is going to have to step up into that number 2 role and help this team out.
It is all falling apart here for Vancouver. They just had one bad spurt after another. 3rd down and 5. Pepper fires, slant, caught, first down to the 28. Brett Killian trying to step up for an injured teammate, and Vancouver gets out of the shadow of their own end zone. That was a huge pass.
Oh, huge pass, huge catch. Brett Killian continuing his great job so far. He's off to a good start with his 2nd catch of the night. And as you said, they're out of their own shadow of their end zone, and they're up to the 30, and we'll see what they come with next.
44 yards, 2 picks. You can't even fault the first interception. It was a jump ball and just a beautiful play by Garrison. Definitely a top 10 play. It's somewhere on this very exciting week as Sanchez gets a block and gets 6 yards to the 33. But then the second one absolutely crushed, which probably took a little bit off the pass too, Jeremy. So, I mean, I don't know if Tom can feel too bad about his performance so far.
Yeah, and I think Andy Hamilton is aware of that, and he's letting his quarterback know just to go out there and continue playing his style of ball, because those 2 interceptions are a little out of his control, and he's still got 3 quarters.
Malty Apple says great game, and we appreciate that as Sanchez gets the flip out to the outside. If you missed it, we were in Game Informer earlier today. Article dropped on the SFL and the men and women behind All-Pro Football and keeping it alive. You can visit GameInformer.com to read the Sports Desk by Matthew Cato. Check that out tonight if you already haven't. Good piece of work. This should be the final play of the quarter here. 3rd down and 6. They do not have to snap it. Ball's at the Vancouver 31-yard line, needing another 3rd down conversion. And Pepper's got a great pocket. Deep ball into double coverage, and it's nearly intercepted. That one you can put on him, and that is the end of the first quarter with your score. Vancouver nothing and Houston 14. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
And, you know, a really bad throw there on Tom Pepper's part, and it was unfortunate on that 2nd down play. He led Ivan a little too far because Ivan had plenty of room to pick up that 1st down, and he could have made that catch in bounds. But Vancouver's going to have to punt it here and let that defense go back to work.
Sam the Man says, who made the logos? That would be Matt Doyle Designs. MattDoyle.ca for more information. He is our design partner. Houston up 15-0 with the ball, and let's give you an opportunity to learn some more about the rest of our partners. The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. By Bit Central and Fueled, transforming SFL media in 2019. By Harry's Razors, all you need for a close, comfortable shave. And by Matt Doyle Designs, official design partner of the SFL. Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 32 with 10:53 to go. All Houston so far. Vancouver dug themselves a 14-point hole 3 minutes into the ball game. Now Johnson going long. That pass is incomplete. Boy, Houston has not been able to throw down the field as Martino may return as expected, just with a minor injury. So looking forward to see him on the field. Houston not been able to throw deep, but it's been all Murray so far.
Oh, and absolutely. Maybe they want to stick to that. Maybe we want to stick to those out routes. They've had 2 good out routes to DR Sims and Yassine Clifton, and maybe that's the way they go here if they're not going to run with Murray.
3 receivers, and Murray takes the handoff up the middle. He just gets rid of Levant Irvine, and that's a 5-yard pickup. Murray now 170 yards on 11 carries. His average is a pathetic 17 after his brilliant start.
Yeah, I don't know what running back would want to come to a game and average 17 yards. It's just pathetic.
It's just crazy. Alongside Charles Doherty, who's doing a fantastic job on stats, Jeremy Vega, I'm Cameron Irvine. Here on the SFL Network on YouTube. 3 receivers and a handoff to Murray. Murray gonna beat Champion to the sticks. 1st down to the 42. I tell you what, man, it looks like Champion and Irvine are gonna have very important nights as Houston is getting that ball to Warren early and often.
Yeah, they're running stretch routes, they're running traps inside. It's gonna be up to these linebackers to not let Warren Murray break any more big runs here for the rest of the game.
Power eye look here for Houston, and they hand it off to Murray. He's in trouble. How did Murray do anything with that play? A beautiful 4-yard run up to the 46-yard line. A combo tackle from Bowers Jr. and Hudson, but man, Murray is looking sharp tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you find yourself in a fantastic position to make the tackle, make the stop, and then somehow these great players just find a way out of it, and he's able to pick up 4 yards there.
4 receivers, 3 to the left, top of the screen, 2nd down, handoff Murray again, and this time Murray is stuffed. No gain on the play with forward progress. That's Irvine coming in on the initial tackle, and then Champion hauls in an assist, and Frank Champion go for the tackle record here tonight.
Quite possibly, Cam, quite possibly, but that's a great stop by these linebackers to force Houston into a 3rd and 6, and they're going to need to get them off the field here.
9 minutes to go. Houston just 1 of 3 on 3rd down. And, oh man, Vancouver just jumped offside. Free play, Johnson gonna take a shot, and it's incomplete again. Fantastic coverage down the field. That was Jimmy Legan, who was also signed in week 3 with the deflection, but the offsides is gonna keep this drive alive for Houston.
And that's going to be a neutral zone infraction with some MeUndies dirty laundry on the field, and great play by Kentez to recognize the offsides and to just throw one deep, hoping for a big play.
MeUndies are the world's most comfortable underwear. Visit MeUndies.com/simulationFL for 15% off your purchase, which will help support the SFL through our partnership. Give the gift of comfort with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, free shipping and returns, signature soft and stretchy MeUndies. As it's 3rd and 1 now, not 3rd and 6. The Vancouver 49. The handoff goes to Murray. Murray in some trouble, and this time Vancouver stuffs him. Really nice job by Ligon to keep Murray from moving the chains, and let's see if Houston wants to go for this here.
Yeah, fantastic play by Jimmy to come up and make the stop behind the 1st down, and yeah, here comes Houston lining up on offense.
Out of the eye, let's see if the Hyenas are feeling confident enough to give it to Murray. They will go for it, and Murray, did he get it? Yes, he did. Oh, that was close. That was Ligon on the tackle again, and I gotta see a replay of that.
Yeah, and if I'm Houston and the way Murray's running tonight, it's 4th and short, and why not give it to him? You're up 14-0, everything's going right for you. Why not go for it and keep this drive alive?
Wow, gutsy 4th and 1 call there for Houston, trying to extend their lead. It was 14-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first. Johnson, you look at that pocket, deep and incomplete. Sim was out of bounds, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's going to make Kentez 2 for 3 on these out routes. That one almost in bounds, just led him a little too far. And the Hall of Famer DR Sim, he can't make every catch when it's that far out of bounds. But here comes Houston on 2nd down.
7:46 to go. Heavy set here for Johnson and the Hyenas. Johnson is 3 of 6 for 21 yards. It has been the Murray show, and he's going to throw out to Murray. Murray at the line of scrimmage gets nailed. Champion brings him down, and another 3rd and long coming up. Oh, Warren Murray's hurt. Oh my goodness, Jeremy. That turns this game completely on its head.
And if Warren Murray cannot come back from this injury, it's going to turn this Houston offense into a one-dimension passing attack, and we'll have to see how Kentez comes and reacts to that. But a major hit by Frank Champion, and this has just made the game completely interesting now.
Wow, not often does a player get 180 yards before he gets hurt. Of course, it doesn't really happen much after he gets hurt either, but just, I mean, he's made such an impact on this game in so little time, and now Houston may not have him. He's dealt with a lot of injuries over his career. Deep ball down the field, one-on-one coverage, and what a play by the corner to knock it away from Sim. That would have been a touchdown. Dante West slaps it away, and the drive ends.
Yeah, as you said, an amazing play by Dante West. He appeared to be beat on that route, but just making a tremendous effort, laying out to get that ball knocked away from the Houston receiver and forced Houston into a punt. And the big question is Warren Murray going to come back?
Carlos Estrada asked what game this is. This is All Pro Football 2K8. We are the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. And this will bounce at the 8, and a tough bounce for Houston there. Is that a rollout into the end zone for a touchback for Vancouver. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all at /SimulationFL. SimulationFL.net is the website. Discord link to join and become a player is in the description of this video, and hashtag make an impact. 7:29 to go in the first half. Vancouver still getting shut out, but their defense has played incredible in this last quarter to not allow this game to get any worse. 3 receivers for Pepper. 3-3 look for Houston's defense. Hand off to Sanchez. Sanchez cannot run away from the Hyenas. No gain.
And this Houston defense, I mean, they're well known for being a tough unit, and they've really played well despite a 0-3 start. And so far through a quarter and almost a half, they are playing great tonight.
Sanchez, 6 carries for 27 yards, and Pepper fires out to Avon, and he only got 2. That's Garrison again on the near side making a play. 3rd and 8 for Vancouver. They got to give their defense some love. It feels like Vancouver's defense been on the field this whole game.
Yeah, and they really need to pick up this first down and not only keep this drive alive, but to at least give this defense a breather before they have to come back on this field.
By the way, Mickey Martino is still not out there. Kyle Cobb is in his place with Martino out with an injury. 2 big offensive stars injured tonight, and that is caught by Killian down to the 43-yard line for a first. Another major throw from Pepper to Killian for a first down.
Yeah, and that's going to be the 2nd first down earned by Pepper to Killian. Killian coming off of a monster game last week where he had 10 receptions for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it's looking like he could have another big night if he continues his performance.
Man, he climbed the stairs on that one. Killian, that's a new vertical game I have not seen out of Brett Killian. That was a tremendous catch. 1st and 10 at the 43. 6:05 to go in the first half. Vancouver still scoreless, but they're on the move, and then 2 receivers run into each other. Braun gets tackled by his teammate, Gene Eric. Have you ever seen that before, Jeremy?
No, not in my entire time in the SFL. That's crazy. Kudos to Chris Braun for hauling that pass in as he's being tackled by his own teammate.
Wow, that was nuts. 2nd and 5 at the 48. We're seeing all sorts of crazy here tonight. Split backs in the backfield with Pepper. Houston rushes 4. Pepper going long. Pepper's pass caught by Killian. Breaking a tackle, and Killian's going to score. Vancouver is on the board. Touchdown, Legion.
And that's exactly what the Vancouver Legion needed. A nice connection to Brett Killian, who uses that speed of his to burn this secondary after he makes the catch. And Vancouver finally on the board, finally able to take a deep breath and let their defense come out and try to get another stop so they have an opportunity to tie this ball game now that Warren Murray has been taken off the field.
And if Vancouver can keep themselves in this game, they're going to have their defense to thank, because after 2 drives where Houston just shredded their defense on the ground, they made stop after stop after stop. Houston is 1 of 7 now on 3rd down conversions, or 2 of 7 rather.
Yeah, and Coach Hamilton's going to be real proud of his defense. I mean, it's a little demoralizing to give up 2 monster runs like that early in the game, but their ability to bounce back, keep their heads in the game, and force these stops have been key to Vancouver getting their first touchdown and hopefully coming back in this game.
Actually, I think it is 1 for 7, because they actually converted that 4th down on that 3rd and 1. So Houston struggling once they get to 3rd down, and Vancouver is right back in this game. And it's not often you see a home team jump out to a 14-0 lead and then go scoreless for a quarter. Now this is fed on the return, nicely done, out to the 36-yard line, halfway through the 2nd frame.
And Kentez is going to have to come out here and show some of that Rookie of the Year last season, his ability to lead this offense and not have to rely on backup halfback who doesn't see much playing time.
Hunter Jones asks, who's on color? Who is on color tonight?
I have no idea who that man is, but he sounds great.
Jeremy Vega. Nice. More, is that Murray? No, it's not Murray, so he does not come back in the game. We do not have an injury report on him. That's Darnell Black. Boy, talk about the greatest backup in league history on your squad.
Yeah, lucky that Houston has him. There's Warren Murray. He seems to be okay.
Well, that's interesting. So that's interesting. How often do you see that? You don't have an injury diagnosis, but he's not in the locker room right now, on the sideline. And you're right, Jeremy. He's looking okay. Darnell Black is not. Loss of 2. It's 3rd down and 7 as a couple of Legion defenders come up to make the tackle. That was Hudson primarily there. Another 3rd down coming.
Yeah, and here comes this Legion defense forcing another 3rd down, and Houston has not been good on 3rd down when they're having to rely on Kentez Johnson.
4:25 to go in the first half. Johnson fires short, and it's knocked away. Broken up in the slot by Xander Mack, the slot safety, and Houston has to punt, and what a turn of events here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and this is shaping up to be a tremendous game so far, and this Vancouver Legion secondary is they're playing well. I mean, these 5 guys in the secondary, they all do their part. They all play really well, and you just see in there another guy who doesn't get his name called out as much, making a big play for Vancouver and forcing Houston into a punt.
So if you're joining us late, Warren Murray has 16 carries for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he's out of the game with an apparent injury, and we have not received an injury report. Chris Braun just Humpty Dumpty, the defender right there. He fell off the wall, and he's going to have to be put back together as Tom Pepper comes out to start from the 23.
Yeah, not the best move by Chris Braun, but it's gonna hopefully he can make up for that on offense.
I mean, he went lateral. He went sideline to sideline, which is not what you want to do, but you know, he did. Yeah, I think he just wanted to embarrass that guy. 1st and 10 at the 23. They'll flip it out to Sanchez. Sanchez 25, got a block, 30. Sanchez reaching for the sticks and got it on the last effort. Pickup of 10 for Sanchez.
Yeah, and this is what the Vancouver offense is going to need. They're going to need to build a rhythm. They're going to get these short passes, and then hopefully it opens up this secondary so they can throw one deep to Killian again. We saw them go to this play twice before they went deep to Killian, and maybe they're setting this up again.
With 3:54 to go in the first half, Vancouver Looked like they were going to get the doors blown off of them, but they have bounced back in a big way here on the road, trying to potentially tie the game right now. 3:40 to go. Pepper goes empty, 5 wide. Pepper gets it out of his hands, and it's caught! And look at who it is! It's Martino! Down the sideline, breaks a tackle and gets to the 25. What a catch in traffic for Martino, who's back in the game.
And a tremendous catch, run, broken tackle. I guess cramps isn't enough to stop this guy, and Vancouver's offense is starting to click, and they're starting to come alive, and they have their defense to thank for it.
Wally Man Family asked, what are the team records and stuff? Vancouver is 2-1, Houston 0-3, but the Hyenas have been to back-to-back conference finals. Vancouver was in the season 9 conference finals, so these two teams have made 3 conference final appearances in as many seasons. The handoff goes to Sanchez, and he won't get anything. And Jeremy, you've been in this league for a while. You can speak to kind of the shock around the league and Houston's struggles over the first 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, major shock. They were pegged as another season they're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to make a deep playoff run, and this start is probably the most shocking thing to the most shocking thing this season. Excuse me. But they're looking okay tonight.
Sanchez is in the backfield. Pepper using a mark count, hands it off, runs right up the middle and right into a linebacker. And look at that, Murray. Now, actually, I think that prognosis on the broken nose is false. We should possibly see, sometimes it just depends on the severity. They must have had some serious plastic surgery because he looked just fine earlier, but Murray dealing with a face issue, and it's 3rd and 9 for Pepper. Pepper fires outside to Martino, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Jeremy, I think they sent us an old clip of Murray standing on the sideline and tried to bait us into thinking that was live, because that guy definitely does not have a broken nose.
No, unless Warren Murray looks that good with a broken nose, it's quite possible. But we've seen halfbacks, we've seen the tougher halfbacks come back from a broken nose. And if Warren Murray wants a chance at that record, he's going to come back here.
2 minutes to go in the first half. This is the Quip 2-minute warning. Visit quip.com for more information. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube, presented by APM YouTube.
And this is going to be Ashley Finch attempting her 4th field goal of the season. She's 3 for 3 so far, so let's see if she can knock it through and put Vancouver within 4.
So this will be a 36-yarder for Miss Finch, and that field goal is on its way, and it is good. And Vancouver has scored 10 straight points in the second quarter, and we'll see if we get a Warren Murray sighting here before we hit the half.
If not, it's going to be up to Darnell Black. He's capable of it, but he hasn't looked too good on the few runs he's gotten so far. And Kentez, he's going to have to really step up here and make some good throws so that they can put together a drive and not be a 3-and-out quickly.
Again, the 4-week diagnosis on the broken nose is a bit of an enigma. I've seen plenty of players come back with a broken nose to finish out the game, although I have seen some that haven't. And look at this return. That is a new returner because of the injury. That is Chad Foxwell returning in place of Josh Fed, and we're seeing all sorts of craziness tonight. That was actually the up man to Fed.
Yeah, I love his name, actually, but a great return by him to give Houston some good field position, and they're going to need it. Hopefully they can put together a drive here with this basically half field they have to work with now.
What a first half. This has been a lot of fun as Houston dominating early. Vancouver has charged back. We got a great game from Hyena Park, and Johnson going to throw, staying aggressive, 5-man rush. Johnson's pass incomplete. Kentez Johnson is now 4 of 11 for 21 yards. And let's talk about this Vancouver secondary, because they have been much improved this season.
Oh, absolutely. Mark Lopez with another big hit to break up that play. As you said, this secondary has got to be one of the best so far through 3 weeks and rolling off into this 4th week.
#1 in the league in pass defense. They only allow 193.7 yards a game, and they're actually the #1 defense in the league as well, only giving up 15.3 points per game. And there goes Murray. He's back in and gets a first down. What'd I tell you?
And that's a great run to start off with after coming back from breaking your nose. I guess he is one of those tough halfbacks, as he's going to be playing the rest of this game with a nose that still makes him look pretty.
Holy smokes. So 2 significant injuries. Both have returned to make impactful plays. 1:20 to go in the first half. Johnson fires outside to Sim. That pass is caught for a 3-yard gain to the Vancouver 40, and it stops the clock with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, great pass, and you know, this Houston offense, there is a minute and 16 seconds left. They still have all 3 timeouts, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go to a run to Murray to try to catch this Legion defense off guard.
So broken nose and all, Murray back into the ball game. Johnson with 2 backs in a backfield, and looks like they're going to need him to be successful since Vancouver's pass defense has been so good tonight. Johnson under center, going to throw, 3-step drop, fires short, and not sure if that was deflected or not. That was Leroy Brown, I believe, who was targeted, but Clifton was also in the area.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell from this angle if it was just a poorly thrown ball or if it was tipped, but either way, it's going to be a 3rd and 7, and Houston not quite in field goal range. So we'll see what they do here. And
Gunnerbear makes a great point. He'll have a broken nose for 4 weeks. Doesn't mean he can't go back in the game. That's very true. 3rd and 7 at the 40 for Johnson out of the shotgun. Johnson going to throw. Sam one-on-one, top of the screen. And again, Dante West dives and prevents a touchdown. I thought, Jeremy, I saw Sim on a go route to the top, and I thought, oh man, he's toast. And West somehow made up ground.
Dante West having a fantastic game covering a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He is getting beat, but he is making up that ground, and he's making tremendous plays to keep this Houston offense from making a deep throw for a touchdown.
What are they doing here? This is 4th and 7 at the 40. Are they going? They're going for this. Johnson going to drop the throw, goes long, and caught at the 21-yard line on a 4th and 7 to Josh Fed.
Yeah, this Houston offense is just gambling now, and it's paying off for them.
Johnson in hurry up, going long to the end zone. It is knocked away by West and nearly intercepted by Lopez. West has 3 passes defended. He has locked down DR Sim, who only has 2 catches for 12 yards on 7 targets.
And Dante West, 3 pass deflections on the night. That's how much he came into this game all season with just 3. And this man is not to be played with. One of these balls is going to get intercepted tonight if they keep testing him.
Out of the gun, Johnson is now 6 of 15. As he's changing the play, going to throw, 2nd and 10, dump off Murray. Murray running the wrong way, lost 2, and Houston will burn a timeout to regroup. Well defended there by the Legion.
That's a good timeout by Houston's offense. They're not completing a lot of passes. They got that incredible throw and catch on 4th down, which is crazy. It was 4th and 7, but they're going to have to come out here with something a little different because whatever they're doing now isn't quite working for them.
Are in field goal range, have an opportunity to kick this league back to 7. Vancouver's not led all night, down 14-0 very early. Johnson deep drop, fires. Oh, what a dive! Sim breaks the tackle. DR Sim, he's a legend, and that's a touchdown.
And that's why he is a Hall of Fame wide receiver, because he's able to not only make any catch, but it's what he does with the ball after the catches. He's able to make a couple of moves, drag a couple of defenders in the end zone, and that's what this passing attack needed as they pick up their first touchdown on the season through the air, and now they've extended this lead by 10, possibly 11.
Man, did you see him stiff-arm Dante West? I'm sick of you, man. He put him on his back.
Yeah, and that's some frustration coming out, and it kind of paid off.
Wow, what a play by Sim. That is a top 10 play nominee. That was unbelievable. Woo!
On Simeon in the chat saying, "Get off me!"
Wow, what a first touchdown pass of the season for Johnson, and maybe that can get him going as he has really been struggling. 8 of 18, 64 yards, now has a touchdown, but he Man, that was, I mean, it's just a beautiful pass. I think that was over the outstretched arms of Wallace. And Braun is back to return.
Yeah, these out routes working well for Houston. That's almost where you're seeing Kentez be the most accurate, is the out routes rather than something over the middle or down deep.
So Braun returns up in the 27. If I was Vancouver, I'd stay aggressive. Pepper's had some successes downfield. In fact, he's only had one incompletion. Does have a couple of picks, 13 of 16, 184 yards, but pretty accurate on the night.
Yeah, and 3 timeouts and a Brett Killian. I think you do stay aggressive here.
3 receivers, 2 backs. Nickel look, 35 seconds, free play, offside Houston. Pepper in some trouble. He got away! Oh, Pepper, unbelievable! He disappeared there for a while, and then I believe the man that ended up jumping off sides gets the sack, which will be wiped away.
And Pepper on the ground, punching the ground, because I think he had a receiver open deep. He just needed to get away from that last defensive lineman so he can throw it, because it was a free play. And just a little frustrated for Pepper, but he's going to have to bounce back here as they still got time. They still got 3 timeouts to make something happen before half.
5 catches, 116 yards for Brett Killian. It is a star-studded affair right now between Murray and Killian. Murray's up to 195. He's trying to make McChesney look silly, which is not nice. 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll dump it off to Sanchez, looking to get the block set up. Sanchez first down and more, but he did not get out of bounds. Crushed to the 45. No timeout. Oh, should have called a timeout there. Wasted tons of time. Flip out to Sanchez again. He's got to get out of bounds, and does with 8 seconds to go at the 49. I don't think that they may have time to run another play, but it'd be risky.
Yeah, I think Vancouver's going to have to just maybe take a shot at the end zone here on a Hail Mary and just go into halftime and try to make some adjustments if they're not going to go for a short play with a timeout here. 2nd
and 4. What are they going to do here? Well, they're not going Hail Mary just yet. Martino's at the very top of the screen. Killian in the slot with split backs. Down 11 with 8 seconds to go, all 3 timeouts. Pepper going to throw. Pepper going long. Pepper's pass is caught in the field goal range with a timeout with 4 seconds left. Killian running a post out of the slot, and they'll get a chance to kick a field goal.
Yeah, and a terrific play called in by Coach Hamilton to go to Brett Killian over the middle. That's where he has found success all night, and now they're in field goal range for the perfect Ashley, who is now 4 for 4 on the season.
So Vancouver burns a timeout. They can get this down to a 1-score game. Kudos to the Legion coaching staff staying aggressive despite having little time to work with. This is a 46-yarder for Finch, who, as you mentioned, has not missed a field goal, and her field goal is up from 46 yards, and it is good. Just enough, as Vancouver will make it an 8-point game.
Yeah, great kick by Ashley, and just great job by Vancouver to stay in this game after they had a brutal first quarter, and now we're going into halftime with a 1-possession game.
We have reached the end of the second. 2K Sports Halftime Report right around the corner. The Hyenas up 8. What a thriller of a first half it has been. First half stats and analysis coming across your screen. And look at those numbers, almost the exact opposites for these two offenses, but a lot of offense and a lot of excitement in that first half, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, first quarter all Warren Murray, second quarter all Brett Killian, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen this second half as both these players are looking to put on a show and try to lead their team to a victory.
So while those games are at the half, let's take a look at some action going on around the SFL right now. Tulsa and St. Louis has 5:58 to go in the third. The Gladiators are up 14 to 13. They were trailing 13-0 earlier and have come back to take that lead. Meanwhile, in snowy Buffalo, Queen City has a 20-7 advantage on Carolina with 3:23 to go in the third. Anything stand out to you there, Jeremy?
I'm really liking Queen City. They lost their first game and people kind of started doubting them, and now if they win tonight, they're going to win 3 in a row, and they've been playing some great football. And Carolina was, they're a little up and down, but they still got some time to try to win that game against Queen City.
There's another Warren Murray highlight. Man, he was ridiculous. I don't even think we're out of the first quarter in highlights yet. I'm going to have to keep this highlight reel going as halftime rolls on here on Monday Night Football on the SFL network on YouTube. And while we do that, some chat shout-outs here. King Platypus, CAG NFL, Damon Simeon, Mighty RX, Hunter Jones, Jeff DK, and I believe King is new to our channel, so welcome. Xander Gold, Eddie Gage, Jonathan Sanchez, DeAndre Noel, and many others in the chat with us tonight.
Yeah, welcome King Platypus. You're joining a terrific game as we're about to get this second half underway here in a minute. And you're witnessing 2 great teams battling it out. Their players are they're all playing tough. Even the 2 that were taken out with injuries, both able to come back and both able to make some plays.
What a half. We're getting ready for the third quarter. That's the last highlight. We're back in 30 to Houston. All right, so Vancouver elected to defer to begin the game, so they are going to get the ball to start the second half of play, reset the timeouts, and get this show back on the road. Hyenas trying to get their first victory of the season. They are in good shape, up 21-10, trying to knock the Legion down to 2-2, and Vancouver would go 0-2 on the road, 2-0 at home if that were to occur.
Yeah, and Houston, they don't want to fall to 0-4 here in the first third of the season. They're going to need to pick up a win here tonight if they want to keep these playoff hopes alive.
Chris Braun returns up to the 25-yard line. King Platypus, we were just on the Twitch front page last night. I have those numbers here. We showcased our league to 84,047 people last night. And that broadcast now archived on our YouTube channel. Check that out. There were 5 different games in action. Also in Game Informer today, GameInformer.com, the Sports Desk podcast. Hit that up too if you're looking to get caught up on the SFL. And hopefully we'll see you on Discord. That link's in the description. And the throw, rather, for Pepper is complete for a 6-yard gain. There's the quarterback numbers. Making that catch is Kyle Cobb.
And Tom Pepper, despite his 2 picks, looking pretty impressive in that second quarter. Kentez Johnson did have his first passing touchdown of this season late in that second quarter. But we'll see which quarterback can have a better second half.
21-13, Vancouver down 8 after the field goal right at the end of the half. Got that corrected for you on the board. My fault as Sanchez gets a first down to the 39. Sanchez involved in the passing game a lot tonight. That's his 8th grab as Vancouver must have seen something on film in the flats.
And they've been going to this halfback screen where these offensive linemen are pulling, and about half the time these offensive linemen have been picking up pretty good blocks and letting Sanchez run for a first. And they were able to do it again there.
Pepper now 17 of 20. He has shaken off those 2 early interceptions and is 18 of 19 since. Pepper to pass, flips it out again. Look at the fullback. I tell you what, nobody's going to remember that 1-yard play, but great footwork by Brick Wall, and he was nothing like a brick wall on that play.
Hey, it was more like a ballerina, and I hope Coach Hamilton remembers this play for his fullback's highlight reel coming into the season.
2 backs, 1 receiver. Killian at the bottom of the screen. He's got 136 yards on 6 grabs and a touchdown tonight. They get it to Sanchez again, and the block got set up. Nice open field tackle, but they let the Houston Hyena pass rush just come right at him and dumping it off in the nick of time to Sanchez to pick up 6.
Yeah, and there's that halfback screen again, but just flipped to the opposite side of the field. And Houston defender able to make a great tackle on this big halfback.
2 backs and 2 receivers. And Pepper gonna fire it out short, caught by Braun. And no, Killian again. This guy's everywhere. He runs so many different routes in this offense. He's up to 142 yards on 7 receptions.
And something Vancouver's really good at when it comes to Brett Killian is moving him all over the place on offense in different formations. So he is able to run these out routes, these across the middle routes, and even these deep routes where he's extremely dangerous.
9 catches, 51 yards for Sanchez, those updated numbers. He also has 8 carries, 28 yards, so 79 all-purpose yards. Pepper going to throw back to Sanchez, 10th catch. And Sanchez picks up 4 falling forward. That was one of the better jobs that the Hyenas have done on that screen tonight as Kanaka makes the tackle.
Yeah, and I think if Vancouver is going to continue to go to this play, they're going to have to try to run it out of a different formation, because I think Houston has this play down now. It's got to be burning in their head, and they're making good breaks on the ball early.
Pepper's out of the gun, and he'll throw. Tom Pepper with extra blockers, deep shot down the field, wide open Martino, touchdown Vancouver. It's a 2-point game.
And a terrific play by Mickey Martino, who is now coming up with his 4th touchdown catch of the season. Last week, he had a huge game, 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. And despite an early game injury, he is back, and he's put Vancouver on the board. And I'm not sure if they want to go for 2 this early. I would do it. They're hot. Why not? But we'll see what they decide.
Oh, man, that was an amazing replay by our 2K crew. Did you see Tom Pepper celebrating the touchdown after he threw it? And look at this. Both teams being very aggressive tonight. Vancouver going to chase points here with 8:26 to go in the third to try to tie this game. 4 receivers. Pepper going to throw. Pepper back in the end zone. He threw it to the wrong man, Jeremy. Killian was the intended target, but he had a receiver wide open.
And I wanted to shout out, throw it to the out route, because in this bunch formation, you're going to have a receiver running low to the outside, and I guess Pepper missed him, and that's a missed opportunity to tie this game for Vancouver.
Huge missed opportunity. Is with 8:26 left, it's now a 2-point game instead of a tie game, and this game still has not been tied or had a lead to Vancouver since opening kickoff, as that kick short to the 15, returned by Fed up to the 31, and that's where Kentez Johnson will start with it. Johnson's updated numbers, 8 of 18, 64 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, keeping it clean.
Yeah, and that's really, I mean, the completion percentage, he's 59 on the season. He came in with 0 touchdowns, 5 picks, and the fact that he's only got a touchdown and no turnovers, that's got to build some confidence for this quarterback coming into the second half.
2 receivers, Murray in the backfield trying to get to 200, but Johnson going to start off the half of the pass to Murray. Murray in the open field, and he is shut down. That's a beautiful tackle by Ligon. And I tell you what, Jeremy, Ligon and West, I mean, this game should be over without them. They've been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, credit to these 2 linebackers or these 2 cornerbacks. Both these, I mean, this defense is just playing lights out, and they've really kept this team in the game.
7:55 to go in the third. Johnson now out of the gun on 2nd and 8. Johnson going to fire near side, caught by Sim. Sim out of bounds for a first down of the 42.
And again, Houston going these out routes where Kentez has been the most accurate, and it's not a bad idea, but I think we want to see more of a heavy dose of Murray here in the second half. He was able to light it up the first half, so we'll see what this Houston offense does.
17 carries, 195 yards. That's the 3rd catch for Sim on 8 targets. West with those 3 passes defended. Overall, 7 different passes deflected in this game so far by both teams. 2 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield for Johnson. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Johnson in trouble, and Johnson going to be sacked. You saw, Jeremy, he tried to almost duck the defender, but there was too much of Parker Peters in his face.
And great push up front by the Vancouver D lineman to let this linebacker come in here untouched and get the sack, and that's going to force Houston into a 2nd and long, and we'll see how they bounce back here.
2nd down and 16 at the 36. Out of the gun for Johnson. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. That's where West is. Johnson fires short middle, caught by Fed. They're going to get some yardage back, but it's 3rd and 11. Houston still, when they get into 3rd downs, has been a problem. 1 of 10 on 3rd down tonight.
Yeah, and I think you owe a lot of that to the Vancouver secondary, who's just been able to make tremendous plays and really keep this offense from picking up any first downs.
Out of the gun, 4 receivers. 3rd and 11 behind the chains. Johnson gonna throw. Johnson in trouble. Off his back foot, throws a dangerous ball over the middle, and it's knocked away by Levant Irvine, and Vancouver's defense gets another stop. Oh man, almost a beautiful play, but I thought he was gonna take off and run there.
It did look like that. I mean, he did a great job avoiding the pressure and getting out of the pocket, but it just looked like he wasn't able to make that accurate throw. He's a little off balance, and now Houston's gonna have to punt the ball, and great job by Vancouver's defense again.
You almost kind of wonder, Jeremy, if Warren Murray came back into the game in the second quarter and, you know, it was just kind of one of those, hey, man, we really need you right now because momentum not on our side, but they're not really looking to get Murray the ball too much, and you wonder if he's just really hurting right
now. Yeah, I mean, his first play back, he ran over a defender and then took a big hit, and I don't know if he was telling the coaching staff that he's not 100% to be taking hits like that. They are throwing to him in the flats a couple of times, but like you said, I mean, he may not be a huge factor here in the second half if he's hurt.
So Vancouver has a chance to take the lead here, and wouldn't that be something? Handoff to Sanchez, and he's going nowhere. 3-yard loss. Stellar defense there by the Hyena front. That's Damian Hutchinson primarily.
Yeah, great start for the Hyena defense as they were able to blow this play up and force this second down here in the drive. It's going to be a deep one.
There's Sanchez's numbers. It's been tough. Murray down to about 11.5 per carry. 6:08 to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 13. Ball at the 20. And Pepper going to change the play. Pepper 23 of 26 right now. And he'll throw quickly outside to Killian to make it a more manageable third down. Vancouver better on third downs, 3 for 7. They have 10 first downs on the night.
Yeah, and I think here on 3rd and long, I think the go-to guy is Brett Killian. He's been doing it all night. They already got 3, I think, first downs with this connection between these two, and if they want to keep this drive alive, that's who I want to go to.
3rd and 9, 5:45 to go in the third. Out of the eye, Pepper going to throw. Just a 3-man rush, and Pepper has to get rid of it to Martino, and that's not going to get it done. Vancouver goes 3 and out, and Houston's defense steps up in a pivotal moment.
Very pivotal is they didn't want to give up another drive and give up this lead as they've held it all night. And now they're going to give their offense a chance, and maybe we see Murray a little bit more here, but only time will tell.
So the Legion will punt it away. Johnson up to 11 for 22. Sim up to 45 yards. Leroy Brown with 1 target, no catches tonight for a wide receiver 2 on the depth chart. He has been fairly ineffective so far this season, and they're in desperate need of getting him going. The SFL, presented by APM Music, is also brought to you in part by MediaTek Institute. Visit mediatek.edu for diploma programs. Turn your passion into profession. By MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women, and by Movement premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. 1st and 10 at the 41 with 3 receivers. Back to throw. Johnson fires out to Sim. Pass caught for a pickup of 7 yards as Houston's offense has completely flipped the script and has gone back to Johnson.
Well, here on a 2nd and 3, I think this is where you want to get Murray involved here if you can. If not, they're going to have to continue to rely on Kentez Johnson and DR Simmons. That's been the main connection here, as, like you said earlier, Brown has been really ineffective.
It's almost like he's kind of been a bit of a decoy here over the last 6 or 7 minutes, but they're in a 3-back set here. You got to believe that something is probably going to him, and they're going to hand it off to Murray, and Murray is not going to be able to get away. And then he got stepped on, it looks like, awkwardly at the end of that play. That was a little ridiculous from Bowers Jr., and making that a first initial tackle was Gus Schultz, who we've not gotten to mention tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's a great play by the defender or if just Murray's not the same, and this is going to be an interesting storyline heading down the stretch of this game.
3rd and 3 at the 48, handoff. Murray, and Murray got crushed. There was nothing he could do about that one. Devon Woods III blew up the play, and Houston going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, and the Houston O-line is going to have to apologize to Murray, and they're going to have to take that one, as they didn't hold a single block there, and the Vancouver defense blew it up and forced another punt here from Houston.
Vancouver's defense, which has already given up more points than they average giving up tonight, they are standing tall here. Only 7 points allowed over the last quarter and a half or so. Brown gets it out to the 20, but their offense going to have to deliver. Don't sleep on that Hyena defense either, as they bottled up Vancouver for pretty much this whole game until the Legion got things going late in the second.
Yeah, and it's going to take a strong showing from Houston in the last quarter and a half of this game, so they to keep this team in the game if they want to get this W.
First and 10 at the 20 for Pepper. Pepper going to drop back deep. I mean deep, and Pepper's pass a wobbler, and it's intercepted by Eddie Gage. Terrible throw. Gage tackled by Martino all the way down to the Vancouver 18-yard line. What was Pepper thinking? He didn't even get that ball out of his hands cleanly.
No, and Eddie Gage is going to pick up his second interception of the game, and he's going to return this deep, almost to the red zone, and he's going to set this Houston offense up with great field position, and Tom Pepper making a costly mistake as they had an opportunity to take the lead. And once again, these defenses really making it tough for each offense, and now we'll see if Vancouver's defense can hold one more time.
And that was a great camera angle by 2K, because I saw exactly what Pepper saw, and he just underthrew him, plain and simple, because he had an open man. Johnson throws complete to Fed to pick up 6, second down and 4, as Fed has seen more targets than Brown here, but Houston in the red zone, and Fed has been sure-handed tonight.
Yeah, Brown's coming into this game with just 10 receptions through 3 games. I mean, Murray's got 25 receptions, so maybe they want to throw to him a little bit more. He's been open.
Out of the eye, second and 4, going to hand it off to Murray. The play got blown up, but Murray gets down the field. What a block! I think that was Leroy Brown. If we hadn't already had our block of the game, we'd have another one. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, a tremendous block to free Murray on his biggest run this second half. But you know what? You got to give credit to Mark Lopez, I believe, to just stand him up at the 2 and not let him walk in for a touchdown.
Man, that was actually DR Sim out there laying that block. That was vicious. I didn't know he had it in him. First and goal at the 2, 2:50 to go in the third. Houston trying to punch this in and make it a 2-score game again. Johnson going to throw. Johnson back quarter of the end zone. Nearly intercepted, and it should have been taken away. Ligon had a chance at a pick 6.
Oh, and there's the Legion cornerbacks making plays again, and Kentes has got to be careful, because that could have been really bad for this Houston team.
Murray is over 200 yards rushing now, 202 yards on 20 carries for 2 touchdowns, as you get a couple of angles on that near interception from Ligon.
Yeah, I think Houston really needs to just the second and goal, give it to Murray. 2 yards away, he's got the strength. He showed it all night.
Power look, goal line D, handoff Murray. Murray running left, not going to get anywhere. Running slow as Gus Schultz and Levant Irvine combine for the stop. Murray slipped under 10 yards a carry as Schultz making things happen.
Great stand by Vancouver. They need to do it one more time. This would be absolutely huge for Vancouver's defense if they can hold them to a field goal. Here we go.
We keep it a 1-score game. If they score a touchdown, it's probably a 2-score game, because Vancouver decided to chase points early. 2:10 to go in the third. Handoff Murray right up the gut. He's going to be crushed at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. That's Bam Franklin with the tackle and forcing a field goal for the Hyena offense.
And a tremendous goal line stop for this Vancouver defense. This defense is just all around playing tremendous ball tonight, whether it's stopping the run or stopping the passes. And this is why they've been able to stay in this game here.
Seema Azam says someone should make a fantasy league for this, and I agree. Although we are our own brand of fantasy football, if you were to put fantasy football on a fantasy football league, your head might explode. And who knows, somebody get DraftKings on the phone. Field goal good, 24-19.
Yeah, if this is turning into a fantasy football league, sign me up for Murray in the first round.
Yeah, he'd be killing it tonight from about 39, 40 points right now. So Houston's going to kick it away. What an exciting game here to cap off week 4. Hyenas up 5. Vancouver has not led all night. Braun returns up to the 28. 1:35 to go in the third. You can feel this starting maybe to slip away from Vancouver a little bit, but the one feather they still have in their cap is that Murray just does not look like he did in the first half.
Very true. They still have Brett Killian, who's been performing great all night, and they might have to try to look to him a little bit more here late in the third and throughout the fourth if they want to try to take this lead.
Killian 146 and 8 on the night, 8 receptions that is. Handoff Sanchez running left, and Chad Tackle eats him alive, only a 1-yard pickup. Sanchez 10 carries, 25 yards. He's been ineffective, at least on the ground anyway.
Yeah, and I don't think that's the average that you don't want as a halfback, but there's still time for Ivan to right this wrong and to start picking up some yards. If not, they've been throwing to him in the flats, and that's been working just as well.
3 receivers as Pepper's out of the gun on a 2nd and 9. 1:02 to go in the third. Going to throw against a 4-man rush. Here comes Tackle. Can't get there. Deep ball wide open. It's Martino again. And it's a Vancouver touchdown as Garrison can't catch him. And the Legion have their first lead of the night.
I mean, we talk about Brett Killian and Mickey Martino making his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. He is lighting it on fire now, and I think the secondary started just possibly watching Killian a little too much. Now Mickey Martino has been able to slip deep into the backfield and catch these balls and just outrun everyone else, and now Vancouver's got their first lead of the night, and I think they should go for 2 here again.
And it looks like they're not.
Oh, it's okay. Here we go. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Which I'm with you, Jeremy. I mean, if you're going to do it in the first half, or at the beginning of the third, rather, then why not do it here? Maybe they're gun shy because the last one didn't work, and the extra point here is good. There's still a lot of game left in this one, but Vancouver starting to expose the Hyenas pass defense here lately, and Mickey Martino now a $161 and 2 touchdowns. Killian's got 146 and a touchdown, and Tom Pepper has just 1 incompletion in the third quarter. He is 26 of 30 for 374 yards.
And that's going to be back-to-back games where these 2 receivers for Vancouver Legion have went over 100 yards each with a touchdown each. And that's quite impressive from Tom Pepper.
This is, again, the hot man on the return, Chad Foxwell, as these kicks going a little short. Ball's at the 30 for Houston. And a lot of pressure mounting on Kentez Johnson right now, who's still under 100 yards throwing through the air.
Yeah, and that's that Vancouver secondary that's just dominating this league here so far in the early part of the season, and it's really starting to show with Kentez's numbers.
Houston's pass defense pretty good this season. They only give up 272 yards through the air per game. Not tonight, as Pepper has come in and dialed it up here in the second and third quarters. Brown with the catch, pick up a 5. Important to see him get going.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't want to be thrown at just DR Sims. They're going to need this other receiver to step up. They still have Yassine Clifton. I think he's got 1 catch on the night. And they're going to need to mix the ball. They're going to need to throw this ball to a couple different receivers.
2nd and 5 of the 36 for Houston. Down 2, surprisingly enough. Handoff to Murray. Nice run there as he pushes forward to the 39. It's 3rd and 2. Champion and Irvine there on the stop.
And if Houston goes to the run again, Vancouver's going to need Frank and Levant to make another play and really give their team the opportunity to blow this game open.
I formation, 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 8 in the box. Handoff Murray, they over pursued, and Murray got a first down. Boy, you could see that lane up the middle just open up, and that is the end of the third quarter. You are watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music, and what a ball game we got here tonight. Vancouver 26, Houston 24. First down to the 45. C.J. Pierce, this is all pro football 2K. First and 10 to the 45, Johnson flips it outside, caught by Brown. Brown, back-to-back catches, gets 6 to midfield.
Yeah, and I like how Houston's working the ball to the right side opposite of DR. Hopefully, they got a couple of runs, a couple of throws to Brown. Maybe that's going to free up DR. Maybe they might try to hit him deep. It hasn't worked, but they're showing him, they're highlighting him. It may be coming.
Sim, 5 catches, 52 yards on 10 targets. It's been a little quiet here in the third. Murray got the first down. He's looking a little fresher after maybe some new medication over there to stop that bleeding. First and 10 to the 44.
And Murray, yeah, like you said, he's starting to look better as the second half's going along, and they're going to need that if they want to stay balanced and get this lead back. 10:23 to go in the fourth. It is anybody's game right now. Vancouver's up 26-24, trying to get to 3-1. Back to pass, Johnson flips it out. Murray, one-on-one. Murray tackled in the open field. Frank Champion shutting it down, and Murray, who had 4 receptions, 1 yard before that play, has not been effective through the passing game. Yeah, and with Murray's ability to be able to juke and power through defenders, it's just a great tackle by Frank to wrap him up in the open field.
Second 11, Johnson has to get rid of it. Finally does, and Murray dropped it and actually tripped on the turf monster there at the end of that play. So now it's third down and long. Johnson nearly took a sack, and this is Houston's 15th third down of the night.
And this may be the biggest one because they're really going to need to keep this drive alive. They don't want to continue to fail on third down and have to continue to punt the ball away to this Vancouver offense who's starting to get hot.
9:46 left in the fourth quarter. Houston trying to avoid an 0-4 slump. They certainly have played well enough to do so tonight. Johnson back to pass all day to throw. The pass is caught by Brown for a first down. That's 3 catches on this drive for Leroy Brown to move the chains.
And this receiver who came over from New Orleans is really helping this offense move the ball. And everyone, including us, kind of forgot about him. And now he's kind of making us and definitely this Vancouver Legion defense pay for it because he's here to play.
Schultz on the tackle. First and 10 to the Vancouver 33. 9:18 to go in the fourth quarter. And the handoff goes to Murray. And Murray is doubled up again by Champion and Irvine. And you know, there may be, it's debatable, you know, who's the best linebacker tandem in the league. I'm sure Amon Takes and Joe Dazzo would get thrown around, and there are some other groups, but I don't think any linebacking core makes more tackles at the same time as these two guys do.
No, I mean, they're both tremendous run reader defenders, and they both show it as they're able to get to the tackle or the halfback at the same time.
Second and 9 at the 32, 8:45 to go in the fourth. Handoff Murray, and there was just no lane for him to run through. Pickup of 1.5, that's being generous, and it's 3rd and 8.
And here we go again, Houston. They've had a great drive, probably their best of this half, and they're going to need 8 yards to continue this drive. Otherwise, I think they're in field goal range, and you know that'll give them a 1-point lead.
Can't take a sack here if you're Johnson for sure. Got to stay in scoring distance. Johnson fires it outside, caught by Sim, and maybe that was the idea there, Jeremy. Just a safe play, something that Johnson's been able to complete a lot tonight because they want to be able to take the lead here.
Yeah, and with Houston's struggles on third down, that probably is the play they wanted. Just an easy couple yards, make this field goal a little bit easier for their kicker and try to take a 1-point lead with 8 to go in the fourth.
Especially since David Griffin has had a tumultuous time here in Houston. Has not been the most accurate kicker, but certainly has been employed for quite some time around these parts. 43-yard field goal for Griffin to give Houston the lead. 7:53 to go. High snap, good hold, and Griffin's field goal is good, and Houston has regained the lead. Heck of a kick right there.
Yeah, tremendous kick from this veteran here, able to get Houston that lead back. And these last 8 minutes is going to be some great football, as both these teams have done everything in their power to try to earn this W, and it may come down to the last possession.
Congratulations to the Queen City Corsairs. They have held off Carolina 20-7. That was a slugfest on the ground and in the snow. And if you missed it, Mark Biddick's had an amazing run as well in that game in the loss. Carolina falls to 1-3. Queen City improves to 3-1. Their only loss, a goal line stand by Chicago, and Corsairs took it to Vancouver a couple of weeks ago. In the Tulsa-St. Louis game, has that gone final? No, there's 1:06 left. St. Louis is down 20-17. They have the ball. Here it's 27-26 Houston, as Pepper's going to throw. Pepper over the middle, short. Somehow that is caught by Martino, who's going, just going ham tonight, 166.
Yeah, Martino for a number 2 receiver is just tremendous. His ability to bring in these catches while being hit it's got to be up there with the best.
Welcome inside our broadcast booth. I'm Cameron Irvine. He's Jeremy Vega. Charles Doherty doing a fantastic job for us on live stats tonight. Vancouver has a 2nd down and 7. And Pepper's going to be sacked by Chad Tackle. He's been talking about it in the chat tonight that Tom Pepper is his nemesis, that he just can't ever seem to get his paws on, and he got him there.
Yeah, and Chad Tackle, great swim move to get his 2nd sack of the season and force Vancouver into a 3rd and long. And that's exactly what Houston's defense wants after taking a lead on a field goal.
3rd down and 11 at the 26. Vancouver's down 1. They need an answer. 6:48 to go in the 4th here in week 4. Pepper in trouble. Pepper going to go down. Sacked on the play by Carter Haley, and that's how the drive will end as Houston's stepping up big league.
Yeah, major sack for this D-line of Houston, able to force Vancouver off the field. And now this Houston offense may have to go to Warren Murray here, drain as much time as they can, and not let Kentes throw an interception, and it'll be their first turnover of the game. So it'll be pivotal for Houston to take care of the ball here.
6:11 left. Fed gets it up to the 48. Excellent field position for Houston. When you go back to that 2-point conversion early, Jeremy, this game would be tied right now. Or they may have the lead if Pepper would have thrown it to the right guy.
Yeah, and a costly error by Pepper, and he's really hoping it's not going to cost his team the win here in Houston. I mean, they've played great, a couple mistakes, but they're going to need to get this ball back here and try and get the lead.
Shout out to V Worldwide. What we got going on here, the Simulation Football League. Houston's beating Vancouver right now. Deep ball to Johnson, and it's to Sim, and he caught it in double coverage for a 1st down to the Legion 29-yard line. The Hall of Famer stepping up.
And this is what DR Sim does best, and he's finally able to get one over Dante West, who's just been killing him all night. And DR Sim with that stiff arm touchdown, and now this big catch over him. Maybe the tides are turning for this one-on-one matchup between these two players.
Shout-outs classic hosts, Jeff DK, Cape, Andrew Hamilton, Warren Murray, Hunter Jones. 5:42 to go in the 4th. Houston up 1, out to Murray. Murray got a block. Murray breaks a tackle. Best play of the 2nd half for Warren Murray as he picks up 8. Lopez finally stopped him just shy of the red zone.
Definitely Warren Murray's best catch and run of the night, and it's coming at a perfect time as Houston, facing a 2nd and short, is knocking on the doorstep of the Vancouver Legion red zone.
Jeremy, for those that are just joining us now that other scores have gone final around the league, this may be the best game of the year so far. This has been just a stellar show by both teams. Johnson's pass caught by Leroy Brown, his 4th catch of the 2nd half. 1st down to the Legion 17.
Yeah, a tremendous catch by Brown to extend the drive and pick up another 1st down. And yeah, you're right. We've seen a lot of great shootouts, but this game has had everything, and now it's going to come down to the wire, and like I said, could be a last possession, and like you said, could be game of the year.
5:15 to go in the 4th. Out of the eye, 2 receivers. for Johnson. Johnson up to 20 for 33, 151 yards passing. Handoff Murray. Murray shifts and cuts back to the right before Irvine brought him down. His 5th solo tackle. Murray a little slow to get up, picks up 3. He now has 220 yards on 28 carries.
Man, and it's a surprising step. 5 tackles for Levine. It seems like he's gotten a lot more than that. Maybe Frank's taken them all, but another great tackle on Warren Murray from these linebackers.
Here in the booth with Houston in the red zone. 2nd and 7 to the 14. And this is a close one. Johnson changing the play at the line. Going to throw far side. Caught at the 11. Sim is short of the first down, as it looked like DR Sim attempted to stretch the ball out, but he was out of bounds already.
And again, this out route is just killing Vancouver. I mean, that's what's been working so well for Kentez, and they're continuing to go for it. Now it's going to be 3rd and short, and if Vancouver can make a stop here, they'll avoid having to score a touchdown and go for 2 points again.
Robert Madalimov says this is great in the chat, and we're happy that you're here with us right now for this tight ball game. 3rd and inches, that's a first down. Murray up to the 4. Schultz saves the touchdown, and the clock is all of a sudden now bleeding in favor of Houston after Vancouver erased a 14-0 deficit.
And the Legion already with a goal line stand. They're going to have to get another one here, and we'll see how they do. These linebackers really going to have to step up here.
1st and goal at the 4. 3 in the backfield, and Vancouver stacking the box. Handoff Murray. Murray not going to get anywhere. And we saw this in the first half, Jeremy, where Vancouver was able to get a goal line stand and force a field goal. Can they do it again here?
So far, so good. Able to tackle them for a loss, forcing 2nd and 5. I think they're going to want to try to get Kentez to throw a ball. They almost had a pick 6 on him earlier, but they may be running out of this tight formation.
Sim is at the bottom of the screen, and he's being defended by Ligon right now. There's that one-on-one matchup right above the 2nd and goal on our scoreboard. Handoff. Murray got nothing. Tackle made by Hudson. 224 yards, just 7 yards a carry, considering what he did in the first 3 minutes is astonishing. And here we go, 3rd and goal from the 6. I think you got to throw it.
I would throw it, but regardless, this is the biggest 3rd down of the game for Houston.
They are 4 of 17 on 3rd down tonight. 3 receivers for Johnson. Brown at the bottom of the screen, he's been on fire. Johnson running the clock down to 2:55. They're going to run it to Murray, and he did not get in. I can't believe they just ran to Murray, his 32nd carry, and Vancouver can win the game still with a touchdown. Unreal.
Very unreal. 30th carry. He's starting to look tired. He's already got a broken nose. I don't know how much more he can put up for this Houston team. He's giving it his all, and just a weird play call there. I would have thrown it, but they're going to need this field goal to extend the lead and force Vancouver into a touchdown to win.
2:20 to go. They're running the clock all the way down as much as they can, but I'm a little surprised they're doing so. 21-yard field goal is good, and that brings up, man, I just love this game of football, Johnny. That brings up an interesting point. Would you want to run out the clock in the hopes of giving Vancouver less time? Or would you want some clock back with the way they've been scoring to not let Vancouver be the last team to have it?
That's a very good question. I'm scared to answer it. I've been wrong twice tonight. We'll see what happens. But hopefully we just get a good finish to this game because it's been great so far.
From the 9, Braun on the return. Hasn't done much, and Braun won't do anything there. Only up in the 27. 2:10 to go in the 4th quarter. If you're just joining us, as all other games have gone final now, Tom Pepper is 27 of 34, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions, including 2 to Eddie Gage. Mickey Martino has 166 yards and 2 scores. Brett Killian has 146 yards and a touchdown. On the other side, Sim has 86 yards and a score, and Murray has 225 rushing yards, almost all of it, in the first 3 minutes of the game. Sanchez gets a reception, nearly broke out of a tackle, picks up 4, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. You are watching a thriller to end week 4 here on the SFL Network on YouTube. Stay with us. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line for Pepper. Pepper gonna fire it out to Sanchez, who will not get the first down, but did get out of bounds. 3rd and 1 at the 35. Down 4, what would you do here, Jeremy?
I'm gonna go short to Chris Braun. He's only got 1 catch on 2 targets. I don't see this defense expecting it. If they fail, they still have another down to go. We'll see what they decide.
All right, Tony Romo, I believe in you. 3rd and 1 at the 35. Pepper, what's he gonna do here? 7 in the box. 10 on the clock, he's gonna throw. And Pepper fires short outside, caught. That's the fullback. Brick wall for a first down to the 48. And I'll give you some props, Jeremy. They did do something unexpected, and that is a move of the chains for the Legion.
Well, I'm not paid like Tony Romo, so I can only do so much. But man, way to line him out in that bunch formation and let him just curl to the flats for a first down. Great play call by Vancouver to keep this drive alive.
How are you gonna put me on blast like that? Come on, man.
I get paid well.
1st and 10 at the 48. Shania G, league website, simulationfl.net. Looking to join the league. Discord link in the description of this video will get you there, and someone will probably get it to you in the chat as well. 1:48 to go. Pepper steps up, got a great block in the offensive line. Pass is caught at the 35-yard line of Houston by Killian. He's up to $1.65. That may be reviewed.
And Pepper's had a lot of great throws tonight, but that may be his best. And yes, here's the challenge.
That's a Harry's close shave, close call challenge. This is a huge challenge, and it's not like Vancouver's ever had a controversy of whether or not a receiver was in bounds or not. Let's see here. Pepper. I think he's in, Jeremy. I think he got the foot in.
And I know Andy's begging the ref to call it right.
The pass has been ruled incomplete.
And they won't! They'll overturn the call! Oh my goodness!
And the history of bad calls against Vancouver continues. Oh man!
Now that was a tough one, admitting.
It was very close.
Yeah.
Closer than almost as close as a shave can get you.
That's, hey, I like that. I like that, Jeremy. That's going to put you in prime time more often. 2nd and 10 at the 48, 1:45 to go off the incomplete pass. Pepper's going to be sacked. Chad tackle, get on the ground. Loss of 3. Timeout Vancouver. It's 3rd and 13.
Big time play by big Chad tackle to put a swim move and get a sack. And now that Vancouver has burned a timeout, I believe this has to be 4-down territory now.
From shave sets to handles, Harry's provides quality craftsmanship made in Germany. We make Harry's products from the finest materials and ingredients to ensure they perform as well as they possibly can. Use the coupon code SimulationFL at purchase from Harry's.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL. Harry's official razor of the SFL is Pepper on 3rd and 11. Is going to overthrow Brett Killian, and this is the ball game here. 4th and 13, actually. Misspoke just a bit. 1:38 to go. You got to go for it.
Absolutely, and I think the pressure up front forced Pepper into a bad throw, and now it's 4th and 13, and if Vancouver fails, they still have a chance. It'll be slim, but they'll still have a chance if they don't convert here.
What a huge overturn call. They would have been on the Houston 35. Empty 5 wide, in trouble, and he goes down to the backside. Sack for Houston, and Vancouver's hanging on by a thread.
And Warren Murray in the chat says, can you feel what Chad tackle is cooking? And he didn't get that play, but man, I think they're overcompensating for Chad tackle and freeing up these other defensive ends, and a tremendous play by Houston's defense. And now they just got to get a first down and pick up their first win of the season.
Oh man, a lot of pressure at the 41-yard line. Vancouver's got 2 timeouts left. And they have scored on some big chunk plays tonight, but didn't get any on that last drive. Hand off to Murray. He got rid of 1. And Warren Murray picked up 1 yard. And he almost got away. Vancouver has 1 timeout left.
And Vancouver's defense, they've been stuffing this run this second half. They haven't given up anything big like they did in the first quarter. They're going to have to continue to do this to try to get this offense the ball back.
Houston desperate for their first win of the season here. There's Sims' numbers. At one point, he had 2 catches on 7 targets. He has caught the last 6 balls thrown his way. 2nd and 9 at the 40. Handoff Murray, and Murray got stopped in the backfield by Champion. It is 3rd down and 11. Here we go again. What do? Would you throw it here?
I'm not throwing the ball. I'm letting this Houston defense back on the field. They've been playing great here down the stretch. I would run it, take off some time, and force this Vancouver offense to beat the defense of Houston. And we'll see what Houston decides to do.
1:27 left. 30-26, needing a 1st down. It can end it. They're going to hand it off to Murray. He got nothing. And now we wait on the clock. Tom Pepper going to have one last chance to end week 4 on a high note for Vancouver.
And this, as you said earlier, could be game of the year so far, as this has been one of the best games to watch and call this season.
Down to 1 minute. They're going to snap this with about 46 seconds on the clock, you would imagine. And they have a chance to pin Pepper inside his own 10. We'll see if they can get a favorable bounce. 47-46, there's the snap. No pressure on the punter. Punt is away, but it's going to bounce at the 5. Oh, wait, did he? No, he ran into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going to stop on a dime at the 1, and Vancouver caught a huge break. Oh, man, I know I shouldn't be that excited for a punt, but golly, that was almost beautiful.
That was a tremendous play by that special teams player who may deserve a raise. It's just unfortunate his momentum was too much and he wasn't able to stop. But here we go with the Vancouver Legion offense.
Oh, man, we are having such a good time here. We hope you all are at home, too. 40 seconds to go in the 4th. Pepper going to change the play. Showing a blitz from the inside, but they back off and only rush 3. Flip it out to Sanchez, 25, and Sanchez is cut down to the 28, and he is very fortunate he got out of bounds. Updated quarterback numbers has Pepper now over 400.
Yeah, and I think Vancouver is going to have to do more than just dump it off to Sanchez. They've been going to that play a lot, but they're going to need more than that. They don't have timeouts. They're going to have to work this ball downfield and in a hurry.
2nd and 2 with the 28, 4 wide for Pepper. He has been sacked a lot when they've spread him out here in the 4th quarter. Back to pass, Pepper gets the 4-man rush, has to dump it off to Sanchez. Sanchez breaks a tackle and got a 1st down, but did not get out of bounds. 27 seconds to go. 23, 22, Sanchez has to hurry to get back to the line. 20, lots of time being wasted, and then Pepper spikes it with 18 seconds to go. He had to get everybody set.
Smart play by Pepper to spike the ball. They lost a lot of time on that play. I think they're going to have to come out here in a shotgun to avoid Pepper taking a sack, and they're going to have to air this ball down the field if they want any chance of winning this game here.
They lost about 20 seconds on that one play. 6 in the box for Houston. 18 seconds left. Vancouver has no timeouts. Trying to win the game with a touchdown. Pepper gets out to Killian. It's incomplete. No, they said it was caught at the 35-yard line, a 4-yard gain.
And they're continuing to go short here. They're just going to need to push this ball downfield as time is completely against them now with just 15 seconds left.
Crowd on their feet. Man, this place is loud. Hyena Park Stadium, 3rd and 6 at the 35. They're going to go empty 5 wide, which was how Pepper got sacked in the last series. Can't take a sack here. Pepper is in trouble. Oh, man, he got his face full of Hyena. Down to 8, down to 7. They have to snap the ball. 6, 5, 4. Pepper is going to get one last chance. Pepper to throw. Hit as he threw. It's intercepted. Everett Garrison, 20. He's going to go. Touchdown, Houston. And it's a walk-off pick 6. Good night, everybody.
And what a way to win your first game in season 12 with a pick 6 to end it. This Houston defense turned it up in the 4th quarter, and they won this game for this team. And Damon Simeon should be proud of the way his team has played here tonight. And they're going to celebrate, and all of Houston's going to celebrate. And what a game.
Wow. Everett Garrison testing vocal cords everywhere with the pick six, and they have to tack on the extra point for tiebreaker purposes. But what a disappointing way to end it for Vancouver, especially since they had beaten Houston on long touchdowns all night long, and then just could not get the right play dialed up. Houston's defense steps up, and that is how the ball game ends. 26-37. Houston gets their first win, and the SFL through 4 weeks has no winless teams.
And credit goes out to this Houston pass rush. It seems like they really rattled Pepper here late in the fourth and just caused him to just just throw these quick out routes and just really force him to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and just he never had the time to try to push that ball downfield on the final drive.
Johnson finishes 22 of 35 or 162 yards, a touchdown and a pick. But I think the most important stat of the night, Jeremy, was the fact that Houston never turned the ball over despite all the adversity they went through.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't turn the ball over, it gives you such an amazing chance at winning the game. And for Houston to not have an offensive touchdown and I don't know how many turnovers, at least 5 with Kentez's interceptions coming into the game, for them to not have any turnovers, it really helped this team pick up their first win.
So Garrison gets a pick six. Martino finishes with 166 yards and 2 scores. Coming back from cramps earlier in the game, Warren Murray also came back from a broken nose, if you're joining us late, and he struggled for much of the second half, but ends up with 225 yards, 2 scores. Still will probably be tonight's player of the game. And for Vancouver, the game's so close. They erased a 14-point deficit. They took the lead, Jeremy. But then Houston in the fourth quarter, they came alive.
Absolutely. I mean, they're taking their second loss. There's nothing to hang their heads about. They played well on the road. They're now 0-2. They fell apart in the fourth quarter against Queen City. And they never really had that edge. They had the lead for a short period of time. But they did play well. A couple mistakes they can fix going into week 5, but nothing to really hang their head on. They played well against Houston, who plays really well at home.
Red Sox now, what is this league? The Simulation Football League. Can someone please explain? Discord link in the chat. SimulationFL.net is the website. You can be a player and get on the field and get your name called and score pick sixes or touchdowns in front of hundreds of people, just like Everett Garrison just did to win the game for the Hyenas, their first victory of the season in the Legion. Fall to 2-2, but an impressive 2-2 nonetheless. Warren Murray, player of the game, got, I think, 170 of those yards in the first 3 minutes, and then Vancouver held on for dear life. What a game. What a ball game. Thanks for being here, Jeremy.
Thank you, Cam, and thank you, Houston, for the great game. Vancouver, thank you.
For Charles Doherty on stats, Jeremy Vega, my analyst tonight. I am your play-by-play commentator and SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. For more information, simulationfl.net. #MakeAnImpact from Houston. Good night.